Welcome back to the show, everybody. I'm Ben. For those of you that haven't checked in before, I have my friend Dave here with me today. Who will
Howdy.
do a bit of an intro. Yeah, do a bit of an intro later on.
Absolutely.
Yeah, how you doing, Dave? You all right?
Yeah, I'm not doing bad, mate. Not doing bad. How about yourself?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you.
Good
Yeah.
job.
So, thought first episode coming back in, we'll sort of explain a little bit about the what's coming back in terms of the podcast. There's various reasons. So in theory, it's going to be slightly different from what I did before. Obviously, the podcast before was very much a big, long interview podcast. So there were sort of hour and a half, 2 hour episodes, something like that. So we're going to be changing it up a little bit. We're going to sort of split the podcast into two different shows. So one will still be an interview podcast. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a minute. And then the other show will be more of a sort of a hobby hangout, which is why my friend Dave's here.
Mm-hmm. Let's go. It's all about the hobby.
Yeah, that's all we all want to talk about. So there's various reasons behind it. One is it's a little bit it takes the stress off me a little bit. Setting up those interviews is quite time consuming. Dave will find out about how time consuming this extra part of the hobby can be.
Talk about jumping in the deep end.
Oh yeah, straight in. That's the best way to be. Yeah, so that's kind of the way that it's going to be split. I'll sort of talk through a little bit about what the sort of interview side of it's going to be, because that's going to change up a little bit, and then I'll let Dave chat about the new aspects of the show. I guess the other sort of big difference is that not only is this going to be coming out on things that was going on before, so like Spotify and Apple Podcasts, things like that, but we're also going to be bringing it out on YouTube. So actually, we're finally going to be using the YouTube channel that's got no videos on it and hasn't had a video on it in 2 years or however long I've been doing this for now.
It's fine. Just dust off the archives. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. I just use it to watch videos at the moment. I did a few live streams on there, which were okay, but yeah, we'll actually use it what it was there for once.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it does mean that I need to learn how to actually edit videos properly, but yeah, I'm sure that'll be fine, right?
Yeah. You're talking to a newbie here. Yeah, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, easy peasy, not a problem. I mean, I guess the first thing we'll do is introduce you, Dave. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
God, do you want to really go down that rabbit hole? Right. My name's Dave. If you haven't known me, I'm the guy behind Dave's Hobby Corner on Instagram. You probably know me as the horse guy. I've been doing a hobby for about 20 years, since I was 9.
Painting horses for 15 of those.
Oh yes, and I have been painting Petonians when it was old fancy back in the day. But I've been doing it for 20 years. Obviously, I dip in and out as you do as you grow older. You see girls, and everyone knows that routine, so I don't need to go into detail. But I've always had my toe in the hobby, as they would say. But yeah, I'm just like it's really hard to do this thing. But I kind of consider myself as just a casual gamer, even though I'll go to a lot of tournaments, or not a lot of tournaments, but enough tournaments, probably more than Ben, to put it bluntly. But I don't
more than the 3 or 4 that I've done.
Yeah, I've probably done that in a year this year, I think. But
and
yeah,
you've lived off mainland as well.
Oh yeah, I lived on the Isle of Wight. I know, the mystery island to the south of England, if you don't know where it is. And I did a venture north of the wall, as a lot of people say, to the Islands of Mist, which is the mainland. But yeah, that was an eventful experience, travelling 4 hours, including ferry travel. And yeah, I'm glad I'm back on the mainland, and I appreciate Ben reaching out to me to give this a go, And I've been talking to Ben about potentially doing my own one and stuff like that, which just hasn't materialised at them yet, because getting glimpses into what Ben does, it's a lot that goes in. I'm quite surprised of how much it goes in, but I'm willing to give us a crack and go, and I hope you guys enjoy. I'm just a casual dude. It's really hard to talk about yourself. It's like
I know, yeah, but it's always the toughest thing for sure. I mean, so in terms of the interview podcast, I'll talk more about it, but Dave will be the first guest on that interview podcast. So we'll get to know a little bit more about Dave and about sort of what he's done in the hobby, what he sort of really enjoys on the hobby side. So once it's out, go and check that out. Obviously, it'll be on our Instagrams and stuff like that, and be up on YouTube and Spotify. The aim is to upload all of this to the First Rank Fire Spotify. We are going to be calling them slightly different. So the interview podcast is still going to be called First Rank Fire. But Dave, what's the name of our new podcast going to be?
Ironically, it's Second Rank Fire. Shock horror.
Shocking, yeah. I
feel like that links quite nicely into your interview stage. First rank, then like a segue path to second rank, which is quite like a nice little touch.
Yeah, definitely. So yeah, it's all in theory it'll all go out on the First Rank Fire YouTube and the First Rank Fire podcast area. So if you're following the First Rank Fire podcast, it'll still be going out there. If you subscribe to First Rank Fire on YouTube, it'll all be going out there. So you should get all your notifications, put the bell on, and all that jazz. And so once you start coming back, so Dave will be the first interview. On the interview side, so it's going to be a little bit shorter and probably a lot more standard. Obviously, when I was doing the longer form interviews, they were all quite bespoke to each person. They were taking like 4 or 5 hours to do all my research. Then the recording was probably taking me 3 or 4 hours, and then all of the editing that goes off the back of that, just to edit the audio, you're probably looking at 6 or 7 hours. So obviously, being a dad with 2 young kids, that time doesn't really exist. So the idea is that we're going to shrink down the size of the interview podcast, so it's probably going to be sort of close to half an hour to 45 minutes, and it'll be a little bit more standardized. So probably a similar set of questions. So you're still talking about a bit about the person, things, how they got into the hobby, and what they're sort of most enjoying from the hobby. But then it's going to be them sort of more focused on what they're doing at the moment, what they're looking forward to, and then the idea is we then sort of tip it off with, let's talk about something lore related. So sort of finding out what their driver is behind the hobby. So have they got a favourite bit of lore? Have they got a favourite model? What makes it that favourite thing? So it'll be a little bit more standard as it goes, which hopefully make it sort of a bit easier. On the positive side, I will be, because of that structure, I will be able to have things like returning guests. So obviously got Dave lined up as the first one, but I've already had a few chats with some other people. I won't put any spoilers out there right now, but there's a few people that I sort of already agreed to record with, so they're going to be returning guests. So it's going to be really, really nice to sort of go back to that place with them, have a chat, because half of these people I've sort of not had a face-to-face chat with for over a year. So it'll be really nice to sort of find out what they've been up to and stuff like that, and hopefully a bit of a continuation of that podcast journey. So yeah, it should be a little bit shorter, hopefully a little bit more digestible, things like that. But it just makes my life a hell of a lot easier, whilst also, talking about all the fun stuff. They'll still be every 2 weeks, so they'll still be going out. They're fortnightly. The one positive thing is the fact that because it's going to be a shorter, bit easier to edit, things like that, the podcast I'm going to be running with Dave will be coming out on the alternative weeks. So we've gone from having one really big, quite cumbersome podcast every 2 weeks to now having 2 slightly shorter ones with different formats, and so hopefully a little bit of sort of bringing different things to the group between us. But they'll be coming out every week, so you'll be getting a little bit more content in theory. So yeah, that's kind of the interview podcast. Dave, do you want to talk about what we've got planned in terms of our lovely little chats?
The little sauce that everyone's wanting to hear now, eh? Right.
The new stuff.
So it's pretty much as Ben mentioned in the intro and stuff, but it's focusing more about the hobby. So pretty much it'll be just me and Ben catching up every 2 weeks, chatting about what we've been up to, if we achieved our goals, or most importantly, what we failed in the past 2 weeks that we've done. But we're hoping we can stick to this, like if we set ourselves goals, and hopefully we can achieve it in 2 weeks, which should be quite possible. Then
with your rate of painting, Dave, I think you're going to be fine.
Oh, stop! You're making me blush. It's like you're the apprentice or the master now, Ben, with your new technique. With
those new Skaven, yeah, man. I've just learned from your techniques and just try and pump those Skaven.
I can't take all the credit, but I'd like to pass it on while we chat about these things in the 2 weeks. Then, most importantly, I know all you guys want to know sort of what we got coming up in the next couple of weeks in between while Ben does the interview and when we come back the week after that. And hopefully, like I said last, so hopefully we stick to it. But we all know what we're like in this hobby, where we just get sidetracked by grey plastic or toys, and I'm very guilty for it. Then after we've done that, it should be about 20 minutes talking about what we've done and what we plan to do next. Will be me and Ben will be choosing about 1 to 3 stories from, if it's from the Warhammer community site, which is very good now, I must say. It's more streamlined than ever, or whatever we want to discuss. This can be ranging from like models being released, like Warhammer Preview, or like codexes or battle tomes if it's AOS you're into, or a bit of upcoming events maybe. It's like in your local area and stuff like that. And most importantly, what's going on in social media, like Instagram, because there's so many people. As you probably well know now, Ben's hit 1,000 followers. Bit of a round of applause. Big goal, big goal.
Like in the last week as we're recording this, yeah, it feels a bit
absolutely
crazy for everybody. By the way,
big achievement. Then we agree whatever stories we do between us two to cover the fortnight. Then this will probably around an hour mark, depending, but ideally an hour. But we know what we
Let's
like.
Be honest, we're gonna talk way beyond that.
Oh, we'd be waffling on like heart's content. I feel sorry for our missus.
Yeah, it's going to come back to me. Is I'm going to have like 4 hours worth of episode every single time. Now I've got to go and sift through this and edit it all into an episode.
It's absolutely fine. I'll supply the coffees. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I'll do that.
Then hopefully this will be about an hour roughly, just to be more of a chilled chat. Nothing too serious, and we'll just have a nice long chat and see what everything's happening and waffle on what's happened over the fortnight. And yeah, I think that's quite a cool concept, and I hope you guys who will hopefully listen, and I don't turn you guys off, unfortunately. I hope that doesn't happen. But
they
I
listen
feel
to
like
me, so I think you're all right.
I don't know. I don't know if my voice is like for like radio or podcast voice, because certain people have a lot of podcast voice, and this is probably the first time I'll be hearing myself back. So I apologise in advance.
Oh. Yeah, it's a fun. That first time you listen to yourself back is a really fun experience. That's for sure.
And yeah, so I just hope you guys enjoy and join us on the awesome journey with the interview and the podcast, which I can't wait for. To be honest, it sounds very promising.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, and like you say, with the idea of sort of having challenge, like the goals and challenges and all stuff like that, it means that people can sort of do along with us. So if we're trying to paint certain units or stuff like that, it'd be really nice to sort of see people join in, and obviously we can use the Discord and things like that. So
yeah, the most important site
it'd be nice.
is Discord. Yeah, some great people on there.
Yeah, just be sort of us chatting, really chill. We'll talk about a little bit about the news and stuff like that. I think that's going to be really fun. Is to sort of and then get your ideas on it as well. Like, so if we particularly like a model, it'd be really nice to sort of hear back and say, well, okay, what are your thoughts on it and stuff like that. So hopefully we'll be able to create that little community where we can talk about it, not just me and Dave, but the whole wider community.
Yeah, so I just want this to be like a big bandwagon, and everyone gets excited about stuff, and we're all in it together, to be honest. So, and let's see where the crazy train goes, I'll say.
Yeah, we're all drowning in grey. We may as well drown together.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I feel a bit left out. I ain't got enough grey stuff at the moment. I should buy more toys.
Yeah, you need to buy... I have more than enough. Trust me, I have far too much grey in my cupboard.
Put me to shame.
Well, you've probably got as many painted models as I've got grey, and vice versa. So like all my painted models are about how much grey you've probably got. There's so few fully painted models in my cupboard.
Yeah, I'll take that and run with it, I think.
I mean, you can play a game. I can barely play a game and get those 10 points in 40k.
Oh yeah, so I haven't played 40k for ages. So I need to dust the old Rough Riders off and get them galloping in again.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All 40 of them, or however many you ended up painting.
I only could do 30. It's a cap, unfortunately.
Only.
Oh, I know, right? God, imagine if I go 40. Oh, I'll be going insane. But no, it's
Well,
all-
yeah. So that's what we've got planned. So hopefully you guys can sort of come in, join in, and stuff like that. I think the aim is to sort of get this one out. Does a bit of an intro, and then the first interview with Dave should hopefully come out sort of the week after, and then we should get into that flow of every 2 weeks or every week you'll get a podcast, whether or not it's an interview or the one our chill, our nice hangout. But yeah, we'll start to get into a bit of the flow of that, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a lot of fun to be back and making
100%.
this. It's weird to be sat down, have a mic in front of me again, be on camera and chatting. It's going to be it feels a bit bizarre. Yeah.
I remember that was like the conversation like yesterday when you told me he's like, it's gonna be a while, so I'll come back. I didn't reckon it would be like 6 months or plus, give or take.
Yeah, I mean it's been what, like 7 or 8 months, something like that, since I released the last episode. Yeah. Well, here we are. This is technically the first of the new batch, everybody, and it's a short one, but you know what? That's how it goes.
Short and
first,
sweet.
So, yeah. Short and sweet, like me. I am known for being short. Maybe that's what we should call us. I'm short, you're sweet. There you go.
But technically, how tall are you though? I'm only 5'8".
Oh yeah, we're the same height, so we're both short. So we can both be short and both be sweet. There we go.
Yeah, simple, done. Be like the title of the episode.
Well, this is
short and sweet.
Yeah, short and sweet. Yeah, I mean, this is the sort of chat we're probably going to have for the next X amount of time as we start to have these chats. So yeah, it's going to be fun.
Deal with this, then you can deal with anything with us. We're not serious.
Exactly. You listened to me for over a year in interviews. If you can put up with me doing that, then you should be able to put up with me doing this. I'll just let Dave do the talking.
Oh God, don't do that. You see the reviews go down.
There's barely any reviews. You're fine, honestly. They can only go up from where they are. It's fine.
Brilliant. Oh God.
Yeah,
so,
I guess we should get on and actually record some actual episodes, Dave.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'd like to thanks for everyone to listen and joining us in this quite a brief intro into our little world of this second rank podcast, and most importantly, the interview podcast. So, as I think Ben would be saying this bit, but it's good to be back, and it's nice to introduce myself briefly, and I'll look forward to talking to you guys in the future about big things coming up. Ciao.
Yeah. So, subscribe, follow everything, and you'll
Hit
see
the
those
like
episodes that come
button,
out.
do your thing,
Yeah, do all that stuff. Most importantly, if you subscribe and follow wherever you want to do it, just go ahead. Come and get us on Instagram. We'll be announcing every episode through our Instagrams. So obviously mine's First Rank Fire. It has changed slightly. It was First Rank Fire podcast back in the day. Now it's changed to First Rank Fire. Dave spoke about Dave's Hobby Corner.
Yep.
So if you get us on there, subscribe, follow, then you should see when those new episodes come out.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. See you in the future, guys.
See you all
Bye.
soon. Bye.